Hello, baby.
Today we are making a family recipe. It's called red soup, and the ingredients are in front of me. We have chicken, we have parsley, onion, carrots, celery, potato, alphabet noodles, tomato paste, tomato sauce, Italian seasoning, poultry seasoning, a little bit of celery salt. If you did not want to use the celery, you could replace it with some celery salt, and salt and pepper. And today we have a beautiful, it's about a 6-pound roasting chicken. Now I use a roasting chicken because they have a lot more fat, and to make a really good broth you want a chicken who has a lot of fat, because the skin is what gives you that really deep yellow color for your broth. So we're going to get this party started, put the chicken in, and add the celery, onion, and carrots to the chicken, and let it simmer for an hour, and we'll be back to show you what it looks like. I don't know if a lot of people know what this is. This is a diffuser. You use it on your gas stove to help make the flame and the heat distribute more evenly on the bottom of your pan. So a lot of times when you have a big pan and you've been letting it cook for quite a while, you might get like the burn where it's at the very bottom of the pan, where it is your flame is more concentrated. So this helps to diffuse the flame and make it more evenly heat your pot. Okay, so we have the chicken in the pot. We added some cold water to it, and we added salt, pepper, some Italian seasoning, poultry seasoning, and now we're going to add 2 small onions, about half of a bag of celery, and about a 3-pound bag of carrots, chopped in bigger pieces like this. And we will add this to the pot, and we will let this cook down. The onion is going to be removed. It's more just for flavoring, but the celery and the carrots will stay in. Okay. Alright, welcome back. The chicken is ready to take out of the pot. It's hot here, and you can see this might be a little discombobulated when I take him out, because he's going to fall apart. And we're going to put him in a bowl to cool off, so that later on we can pull them apart. Now you can get a shot inside there of the stock now that's left from that beautiful chicken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop out these onions, since the onions were just for flavor. As much as I can. Let's see what we can do here. Onion. I don't want that carrot to be. Celery. Okay. That was the nice thing about making a bigger size onion. It's easier to get it out then. I guess the other thing you could have really done too is put it in cheesecloth and tied it up, and got it out that way too. Okay, so now we've got that, and I cut and peeled about uh, 13 to 15 medium-sized potatoes, and we're just going to add them in here. And you can see I cut them in a bigger size, not bite size, more a couple bite size. That aside, stir that around. Okay, so now at this point we are going to add the tomato sauce, and this is a small can of tomato sauce. And then also the tomato paste. Now I'm only going to add half of this and then stir it around and let it cook a little bit and see what it looks like. And then it's easier to add than it is to take it out, because obviously once it's in there, it's out. And as you know, in this family, we do like things like our tomatoey kind of meals to be tomatoey. So we'll take a look at it a little later after it's melted in here. I can already tell it's going to need more because it's not as red. We call it red soup because it's literally red soup. So I think I'm just going to play it safe and add the whole can. Then I'm going to add some more water to it, so broth, so we get a little bit more broth. So now this is going to cook down until the potatoes are fork tender, and then we will also cook up the alphabet noodles here in this back pot. Turn that on, let that boil. And as the chicken cools down, I'm going to peel this apart and tear down the chicken. And then we'll come back and I'll show you how everything works together. Okay, everything is ready. The chicken has been taken off of the bone and I basically just pulled it apart, big pieces. The alphabet noodles have been cooked and are here. And we have the soup, the broth over here, and I pre-chopped some parsley, and I'm just going to add a little parsley to it. I love fresh parsley to soup, and we are going to stir this in a little bit. Now, here's the funny part about this soup. Okay, soup came about by my mom. My mom had an old friend of the family, Mrs. Schatz, that she used to like to go and visit in the afternoon, and they would play canasta, have a couple cocktails. So before my mom went to Mrs. Schatz's, she cooked down the chicken, pretty much like I did, and set it aside. When she came home, she got home a little later, and normally we ate dinner at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and it was a little too late, so she decided to add some potatoes and some carrots and some celery to the broth that was left over from the chicken. She did basically what I just did, pull the chicken apart, put it on a plate, cooked the vegetables down, added some tomato paste just like I did, and she had some alphabet noodles in the pantry, and she cooked them. And we came home from dinner, or from school, and we sat down to the dinner table, and she sat there, and she put the platter of chicken down, and the noodles, and the broth with the vegetables in. And I don't remember this, but my dad said that we all looked at her and said, what is this? Is this potato soup? And she said, no, you just assemble it together. Well, I think we all were a little taken aback by that, which kind of cracks me up because my husband went over for dinner one day at my mom and dad's, and my mom made this, and he basically said the same thing. This isn't soup. You shouldn't have to assemble your soup. So we all laugh about it because it's been probably 40 years now that this soup has become like a family tradition, and we all love it. So this is what you do. Put your noodles in the bowl, take some of the chicken, add the chicken, go over to your broth, add some potatoes and some carrots. I guess kind of depending on which you really like. I like a lot of carrots. And just add to the bowl. Add your broth. And there you go. You've got red soup. And you can see what it looks like. Add a little salt and pepper. It's delicious. And I don't know, I guess technically it's not really a soup, but we all love it in our family. And it reminds me of my mom. Good piece, good hunk of bread, and you got something hearty and delicious for a rainy, yucky Wednesday. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. We'll put the actual recipe on the YouTube, attach it into the description. And since this isn't actually a Pinterest recipe, this is a family recipe. I hope you guys enjoy it, and check me out next week. Have a good week, everybody.